Please welcome Chi Jordan. I'm sorry, Dante Chi Jordan and David DaVinci Chance, also known as Ruff Endz. Welcome to the show, fellas.
Hey, Claudia, how are you? So good to see you.
You too. What's the Chi stand? I'm sorry, I keep saying Chi. What's the Chi stand for? What's that mean?
Chi. It's Chi.
So I'm back and forth with it. It's
right,
Chi.
right. You said it right. You said it right the first time.
I went back
Chi
and forth.
it stands for life energy, like Tai Chi.
Oh, okay. So that it means that. Okay.
I thought it was Chi. And actually, David, older brother, gave me the name since we was kids. He used to call me Chi from Chi Brown, from Charlie Brown. Long story.
I'm sure y'all have a lot of little inside stories that you can share with us now. I hope we get to some of them. Dante, your family, last name Jordan, where's your family from?
Yes. Well, my family's from the Carolinas. So my Jordan is actually a part of like the Michael Jordan Jordans. So everybody named Jordan, I be trying to talk to him. Let's talk. Michael B. Jordan, we need to talk. I need to know where your Jordan's from. Know all the Jordans from.
Growing up, people would always ask me, if Michael Jordan was my cousin, I would just say yes. I don't know.
I used to get in fights.
Oh, really?
Yep. He ain't your cousin.
David, have you witnessed some of these fights?
People used to, when he would say, that his cousin was from, his cousin was Michael Jordan, people didn't believe. It's like Ruff Endz, us being a celebrity, like my brothers and sisters, when their friends don't believe that I'm related to them, it's that kind of thing. So, but yeah, you got to tell her about the shoes or something that he brought to one of the family reunions or something like that. Some tennis shoes Michael Jordan brought.
I wasn't. See, Jordan, if you're listening and watching this, I wasn't there that day. My dad, I love you, Dad, but Dad was drinking or something. He didn't get up to take me to the church to meet him and get the tennis shoes. So that was my moment. That was my moment to get out of the fights. I was gonna say, look, I took pictures with him. It's my cousin. I got some shoes.
So you're saying he owes you some shoes, though? He owed you some shoes. You didn't get the shoes.
He owed you some George, man.
Listen, man. Oh man.
Crazy. So let's get into this. We all been on lockdown, most of us for a while, and things have been kind of rough. So I'm gonna start with you, David. Has the pandemic and being locked down, has it given you a chance to get better reconnected with your friends and family, or are you just kind of like been solo dolo during this pandemic?
The pandemic, I've definitely been working during the pandemic because I'm a workaholic. I'm gonna just be honest. What I mean? I love what I do. I love working. I love being productive. I don't like to sit around and do nothing. So, but it definitely puts some things in perspective for me, like what's important, you know what I mean? And all of the fluff is like, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of really focused. It kind of really helped to focus me on what's important to me, you know what I mean? And my goals, my dreams, the people I love. So the pandemic has really done that for me, really kind of just honed in like, okay, all of that other stuff doesn't matter. Purpose-driven life.
It does seem like things got simplified for us, whether we liked it or not. Dante, how about you? What's one thing you miss the most since since we've gone through this? Like, what are you like dying to do when this is over?
Listen, the hairs stood up on the back of my neck when you said that. Wow.
Oh yeah.
In my mind, I saw like 100,000 people going. That's what I miss. Oh my God, you talking about what I miss? Australia. We was in Australia. We did a show with Khalees, Mio, Mario. Fat Man Scoop was hosting. It was
Sean Paul was there. Okay. It was a big show. So we missed it definitely. We definitely miss connecting with our fans for sure.
I miss it. Geez. It's everything.
David, what's the first thing you're gonna do when this is over? When it's fully back? You said you like to, you're kind of a homebody, or you a workaholic. What's the first thing you're like? You know what? When this is over, I'm gonna do fill in the blank.
I want to dance. I want to get on the dance floor and connect with people like I haven't been able to connect with people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like it was 1999, like somebody said. So I love to dance. I'm gonna get on the dance floor and like boogie for about 2 to 3 hours. You know what I mean? Get up all on somebody. You know what I mean?
Yes, being around people, just being in the mix and just people watching. It seems so long ago, just going to a club or a concert.
Exactly.
Speaking
of that in my life, connection.
Speaking of music, you're both from the Baltimore area. So were y'all into go-go coming up, which is so popular in that, you know, DMV area? Were y'all into go-go music?
Nope. See, Baltimore, I had to jump in there. All right, this was crazy. It's like one side of the street is one neighborhood, one area code, and it's like the other side of the street is another neighborhood across the border. That's kind of what it's like between Baltimore and DC, right? So DC is our brother sister city. Baltimore, which is 30 minutes away, it's club music.
Okay.
You know, we on it. See, I grew up dancing club music. I grew up dancing like heavy. DC is go-go. You know, that's that a groove. It's still a groove, but it's a different groove in time. So Baltimore club though, fanatic.
Okay. Now, as of in November 2020, I can't believe it, right? That marked your 20th anniversary. Yo, we get old. 20 years, okay? Your 20th anniversary as a group. And you marked that with a virtual concert celebration, which is awesome. And you got plenty of support from the music world. Let's check this out.
What's up, y'all? This is Cisco.
I am the partner.
Happy 20th anniversary.
Happy 20th anniversary.
My man's name, Ruff Endz.
Super shout out to my brothers, Ruff Endz.
Their 20th anniversary special, November 21st.
Yo, man.
Look at that. How did I feel to get all that love? In 20 years of the game?
Dope, man. I love it.
Man,
shout out to everybody that gave us love. People that wasn't even on the shout out reel. Cisco has a new thing he's doing with Secret Garden. Shout out to them. Cisco, Raheem Devon, Sean Stockman, the Boys the Men, and another gentleman. I can't think of his name. Sorry.
Donnell Jones was just with us last night.
I was about to say Don Jones. We just did some stuff overseas with brother Darnell. He got something new that's banging. Shout out to H-Town. H-Town also got something new out. You know, they brothers of ours. So yeah, it's love. You know, it puts you back in mind of what you need to be doing, what you're supposed to be doing. Because, you know, like you were saying, you quarantine, you home a lot, and it's easy to forget. You become mommy or daddy and, you know, uncle or whoever. You know, you got to stay in that mind frame to, you know, to keep it moving, to get the people what they want for real. You know,
let me say that whole everyone you mentioned, including yourselves, are part of what I feel is like the golden era, the golden ages for R&B music. I mean, it was just like an epic time with all this fresh energy and excitement around the music, and you know, y'all hitting the scene with just hits, and y'all got your start by appearing on Cameron's song "Freak" in 1999. But the next year, your song "No More" became a chart-topping super hit, crossover hit. I mean, I was jamming to that today. I was watching the video on YouTube. Okay, how does it feel to have a #1 R&B, you know, hit on your hands back then?
It was amazing, man. Like, we were actually in Atlanta when we got the call that the record had just went #1 on the R&B Billboard chart. So we were like, what? I mean, we thought it was going to do well, but we didn't think I didn't personally think it was going to go #1. No More was actually the last song we did on the album. Shout out to Darren Light and Eddie F. Eddie F used to be with Heavy D's and the boy. He actually produced the record. So it was the last song we did on the album. The album was actually done. So it was like, can you go and record again? You know, just one more song. We was like, I thought we were done. So we go down there and record this this song with Eddie F at 3 o'clock in the morning. The vocals on No More Shopping Sprees is 3 a.m. vocals.
What?
Vocals that we weren't even proud of. So it was like, we did
So when
this
you were
song
making the song, I'm sorry, were you making the song? Were you not feeling it? Were you like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, my voice ain't
Dave
really yet.
Dave McPherson, brother, if you see this, I love you. But man, I thought Dave was gonna drop us from our deal. Cause I was getting on his nerves. I was like, Dave, please. I was like, those are scratch vocals, man. I was like, man, we murdering the vocals on this album. I was like, come on. He was like, listen, little dude from Baltimore. He's like, the vocals is fine, man. Leave them alone. I'm telling you, it's perfect. Little did I know, you know what I'm saying? I think about it to this day, like he knew what he was talking about. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see it.
We came into the office that Monday, and when we came into the office, Claudia, the whole, like we were walking down the hallway, and David McPherson's office at the end of the hallway. So we have to walk by everyone's office. Everyone is playing No More Shopping Sprees. All of the interns, they're coming out in the hallway like, oh my God, you guys killed it. And they were like, this is the single, you know what I mean? So we were like, okay.
And here it is.
Little did they know, it was the single that put us on the map. So shout out to Dave McPherson and everybody at Epic for believing and knowing what it was.
I talked to a lot of artists.
Shout out to Cameron. We was on tour with Cameron when we came off the little tour with Cameron and found out that was the single. I just had to add that.
It's amazing. I talk to a lot of artists on this show, and a lot of times some of the biggest hits are the ones that the artist is like, nah, that ain't it, or that wasn't my favorite. I don't like that one. And it's just like, and that ends up being the song that defines, your introduction to the scene or your career, actually. We have a comment before we go to a break on our YouTube. Ibrahim says legends, and people they're all calling you legends. And my favorite song, Someone I Love, is my favorite song by you guys. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with more with Ruff Endz when we return. We are back now. If you want to see more Fox Soul content, subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you hit that notification bell to get all the best updates on new videos and live shows. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and tell us how you really feel in the comments. I'm here with David and Dante from the hit group Ruff Endz, and we over here reminiscing, going down memory lane at the peak of R&B when they were just dropping those hits. And I want to ask you all, after working as a duo and being quite successful as a duo, definitely making your mark, you chose to pursue solo careers and collaborate on other projects. What inspired you to go your separate ways? Were y'all not getting along, or were you just needing a break? I want the real too. Give me the real, please.
Well, it definitely was. It was definitely a group disagree. We parted ways. We had a Ruff Endz. Let me just say this: Ruff Endz is a friendship. We are brotherhood. So there were personal things that started to erupt, and then it's really business stuff. You know what I mean? And we kind of broke up from there. I lost my dad. It was like a lot going on. So I grew up in the church. So I was like, at the time, my son's mother was pregnant, you know what I mean? So it was a lot going on in my life. And I just kind of went in a different direction, you know what I mean? So kind of led me down a spiritual path, which, kind of led me back to Ruff Endz, you know what I mean? So it's crazy how things come full circle, but definitely was a breakup that led us back. So us being back together is really a reunion of a brotherhood as well, not just a group getting back together. You know what I mean? So like it's family getting back together, so.
Dante, did you miss David when y'all were not cool and not kicking it? Did you miss him or how?
Man, listen, man, check this out, Claudia. Look, he missed that sucker. It's like, nah, listen, man, listen. I was like Cisco, man. I was incomplete. You know what I mean?
No, look,
no, for real though.
Go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
For real though, we was locked in since we were teenagers, man. It was like I came from one lifestyle. To be honest with you, I came from one lifestyle, like The Wire. The Wire was my neighborhood, my lifestyle, family, friends, people I grew up with. So it was a hard change. So when I made that change to start doing things right, I started hanging around people like Dave. You know what I'm saying? So to me, we became brothers instantly. Like, listen, you know what I mean? He ain't from around here. He from around here now, but don't say nothing. I was that kind of protector. You know what I'm saying? I might be a little shorter, but I was like the pit bull. Like, listen, look, that's my brother. No questions asked. So to me, yeah, I mean, of course, you know, it's like missing your real brother. And I don't have like a real biological brother, you know what I mean? So
anything that happened, let me just say this to add to that. What's so divine. Dante is on the phone. Now, Dante had another guy standing in for me during Ruff Endz. They were doing a couple shows or whatever. And they did a show, and I guess a couple fans from the show was on the phone with Dante, telling him how he needs to get the other original member back in the group.
What?
Now, I am driving in the car, and I'm driving in the neighborhood. This is called Pikesville, Maryland, which is not too far from Towson.
Okay.
And what we call it, I don't want to be offensive, but it's a lot of Jewish people in the area. We call it Jewtown, but it's an area of a lot of Jewish people in the area, and they walk on the streets and everything. So we're driving, and we're driving kind of slow. Dante is walking on the phone, talking to this person about how they need to get the original member. I'm in the car talking about Dante at the same time, I'm like, I was driving, I was like, you see this guy right here? I said, he even looked like Dante, not knowing it's Dante. When I drive, I'm like, that's Dante.
And you're talking about each other at the same time.
We were talking about each other at the same, this is no exaggeration, this is facts.
No exaggeration.
I get out the car, go ahead, finish the story, bro.
No exaggeration. No, go ahead, finish. I'm just saying, no exaggeration.
I get out the car and I run over there to him. I'm running to him. He's looking at the phone. He's like, I think you're talking about David, but I think this is David right here. And I'm like, yo,
I'm like, he right here. I'm like, he right here.
You know what?
Yeah. She's like, no, stop playing. I'm like, I'm not lying to you. While I'm talking to you, he's running across the field at me right now, like something out of one of them slow motion movies. He's running at me right now.
It certainly sounds like divine intervention. And because of that, you're back with your latest release, Rebirth. And last week you dropped your new single, Be the One. Yeah, if our viewers haven't heard it yet, we have a treat for you. Let's take a listen.
Ooh.
Y'all sound awesome. Like y'all sound amazing. But wait, if you like that, there's more. Fox Soul is pleased to have an exclusive track to share with your fans. Here's a sneak peek of Ruff Endz' new single. Congratulations.
Woo!
I see you moving on, my congratulations. We gave up holding on, the train has left the station.
Y'all killing it. I'm so happy y'all made up. I'm so happy y'all made up and y'all back together again. What was the inspiration for that music? Wait, no. How did it feel to get back in the studio and get back making new music together?
Felt good, man. It's like riding a bike. You know
like riding a bike? Okay.
Like riding a bike. And we are older, we matured, and just like anything, you have to find it again. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Some things is always there, but like I've grown and he's grown and his voice has grown and our voices have grown. So it was like finding back that mesh, like how we originally had, and just spending some time together over the last couple of years, we've been able to really reconnect really strong. So we're really excited about the Rebirth album because it really showcases the connection and really shows Ruff Endz, as I like to say, you know.
I have a question for the ladies, from representing the ladies. Now, your music has such a, sexy vibe to it. Is it best used for like romantic dinner or some sexy hot bedroom action? Which is it? What are we leaning towards here, Ruff Endz?
We try to find a good medium. We try to put it like this. Shout out all the greats in R&B. People like Prince, Prince is going to take some time to write what he's saying down to you. He's not gonna just come out and say, listen, he's gonna say something poetic, you know. So in saying that, I'm gonna say we try to find a medium and keep our albums kind of rated P for positive. You know what I mean? So we want to be able to play it. You know, I got a daughter that just turned 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? That I'm real close to, I respect very much. So I want to feel comfortable when I'm playing around her, when I'm vibing to, when she see me enjoying. You know what I'm saying? When I'm enjoying is basically approval to our kids. Like, okay, dad listening to this, or, you know, it's cool. No, I'm the kind of music that we make, I want to be proud of, you know, as far as our fans. They could probably get with their significant other and enjoy even, or I could listen to it and my mother around, or whoever, and I could still vibe to it. You feel me? So
that's perfect.
Try to find a medium to, you know, to not be too green, but you know, but still, you know, put some spice in that thing. You know what I mean?
That's right. So. Well, I am so happy to talk to y'all and meet y'all and connect. I think I got a new cousin over here, and that's right, Dante. So I want everybody to get out there and support Ruff Endz, support the album, get that Rebirth album, support.
Shout out to all our R&B followers out there and fans that support R&B, that keep artists like us alive. This is what I do full time. I don't have a job. This is my job, okay? So when y'all support, when y'all download, when y'all stream, you actually keep this thing called R&B alive. So we appreciate all the followers, all the fans, all the supporters of R&B. We love you.
Well said.
Thank you for having us.